Hello, and welcome to week 13 of my weight loss journey. I don't know when you're going to see this, at what point in life, but it's something which I'm doing every week. Like I'm imagining I'm my own client and I'm doing this work. And I generally, at this current point, I'm offering people 13-week packages because it's like a trimester, like a pregnancy trimester, like 3 months, and we move ahead. And today, I have some good news. I lost around 500 grams. I was 52.3 kilos last Wednesday, and this Wednesday, I'm 51.8. So 500 grams, half a kilo lost in a week. Yay! I mean, I don't want to celebrate it. Like, a part of me is like, it's not good enough. We should have lost it. We offer people 13-week packages. You should have lost 7 kilos in 13 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, but like I'm like stuck, right? Like the inner child in me is like, what? This is not something which is good. But at the same time, I have built this coach part, like a loving coach part, so much that came in quickly and she said to me, hey, 500 grams is a good number. Remember, last week you didn't lose anything. This week you lost something. And um, we don't want to lose weight fast because fast you lose, you gain it all back. This is not about weight loss. And you're doing good. You're doing well. It's not a problem. Like 5 kilos, 200 grams is a good progress. Like imagine 3 months back, you were 57. You have reached here because so the coach in me came in and like pacified me. That's what we do in coaching. That's what I do in coaching. That's the kind of coach I am when I'm like motivating you. So, and I was like, you know what? 13 weeks got me 5.2 kilos weight loss. I'll do another 13 weeks because it's not just about like, I'm not going to like disappear. I don't need to lose 5 kilos. I need to just lose 2 kilos. And after that is the scary part, which is like maintenance. I have never done work around maintenance. I just used to like do it somehow, but I didn't know how I did it mentally for me. That's something which is going to be very challenging, and I'm super excited for that. So that's what I offer my clients. Like, even if you don't get like a full result in 13 weeks, we go back in again another 13 weeks of like someone showing up for you every week and going at it around that one goal and piggybacking or like tailgating those small wins and inch by inch moving towards your goal. So I lost that weight. What did I do? Let's do the juicy stuff. So first we'll explore the last week's suggestions. What had I suggested myself last week? One of the suggestions was like, don't go grocery shopping if you on weekdays or even on Fridays, because I go grocery shopping on Saturdays and that's enough. Like I think I need to create a podcast on just like the mindset of grocery shopping. I have made a note somewhere and I'm going to make it at some point, but I have done so much work around my mindset around grocery shopping that now I just go every Saturday. We have a list and we stick to the list as much as possible. It's a very lean list, and all of that items are finished every week, and then we go back in and buy it. Buy again the similar stuff. So that's like a family bonding thing that we do together in UAE, and it's fun because my husband used to never participate in such a thing, and now we all do it together. So I did not go grocery shopping over the weekend, just on Saturday, and I stuck to our list. So that was a win. I did not order anything online, or I didn't ask my husband to order something for me. So none of that happened. The other thing which I had offered myself was like, Friday, remember when you order your food, don't order foods out of your protocol. Order something which is on your protocol. My protocol is no flour-based foods, no sugar-based foods, no fried foods. Okay, fried foods are no dairy. Fried food is okay on Fridays, but no dairy. And I could not follow that because I ordered a mango sticky rice pudding, rice, and it was white and it was sticky and it was all sweet. So there was that which I sort of diverted also. And I'm going to talk more about it later on about the things which didn't work. So that thing did not work. Apart from that, I had suggested to myself that, don't have dairy based desserts. And on Friday, I didn't have the dairy based dessert because I know the mango sticky rice pudding doesn't have dairy in it. So that was a good option, but then it had refined rice, but at least no dairy. Saturday, I did have some dairy in a chocolate. I think it has, like, and some Indian food, it had some dairy in it because little no swelling happened. For the nighttime cravings, I had told myself just go to sleep instead of taking another physical action of going and getting whatever I wanted to snack on, or not getting food myself and not telling husband to get it. And I, most of the time, that happened. I did not eat something which was like out of protocol. I just went to sleep. I saw my show. I did hydrate enough. It woke me up at night because I drank water, but I did overcome that craving. And last time I had suggested anytime some emotional event happens where I like start spinning in my emotions, I would just take a nap, which will break the spinning. I think this thing did not happen specifically, and I'm going to talk more about it. So, what actually worked? What actually helped me get lose that weight of around 500 grams? So, what I do normally, what I eat is for I go for a walk every morning, at least 45 minutes, and I'm sleeping every night, at least 7 hours of sleep. For food, I'm not having my breakfast. My breakfast is like a coffee with full fat cream in it and some two sweetener tablets, Canderel. Um, my lunch is basically nuts, and there are three, four type of nuts. Some spicy peanuts, and then there's almonds, roasted almonds, and walnuts. And I have it with tea, with full fat cream and some sweetener. And for dinner, I'm generally having chicken or fish, which is grilled or like sometimes shallow fried, with some carrots or cucumbers. I was having some hummus before, but that I didn't have later. And then I have some fruit, or whatever vegetable is there, any vegetable dish I have made, if I have that, and some dark chocolate, 80%, 85% and above. So that's the plan that I have generally, which I want to stick to. Did I stick to it? I stuck to it most of the times. But I was not sticking to it the week before because there was some leftover rice, and then that gave me cravings, and I was like having more snacks at bedtime. So because I didn't have high carb dinner, I didn't have much cravings, and I didn't like I just like I remembered, but I didn't eat it. I continued watching that show which I used to eat and watch, but I did not eat snack this time. So um, these cravings actually are nothing but just urges because of that immediate sugar drop which happens after I have like refined carbohydrates, which I didn't have this time. So I was much better. Um, I overall slept well this week, apart from the food, but from sleep point of view, I think I checked my data because now I'm coming so close to my goal, and my body is still so resistant. Like this whole month, I lost only 1 kilo. So my body is still so resistant to lose this weight because it really thinks this is perfect weight for me. And I'm effortlessly maintaining at 52. 52 kilos was like my ultimate goal weight forever. And now I'm like crossing that. So I do know that, I am like, this is good enough. But at the same time, I do have a goal because like that 52 turns into 54 regularly. And then again, I have to do the work. So I'm like, let's go to 50, then it will become 52 sometimes, and that's okay. That's like an acceptable weight gain over the year. So, and I still have loose tummy even at 51 kilos. Like this is like around BMI maybe 21. I've not calculated it honestly, but I still have that loose tummy. That tells me that this is probably not the fat. Like even if I calculate my body fat composition, I need to tone up my tummy fat, my tummy muscles, because the pregnancy stretches out the musculature and the sheets, the rectus sheet and the transverse fascia. It loosens it, and then it just looks loose, but actually there is no fat. So I'll just give you a little anatomy. When we do cesareans, because we do cesareans on lots of patients, right? Lots of type of patients. So there are the obese ones, and then there are those lean ones, and we cut open their tummy to go inside to get the baby out, right? So those who are overweight, generally they will have a lot of fat outside of their muscles, and we have to go through that fat and then go in. Whereas, like those who have had many babies, we see that that area is just loose. It doesn't have much fat, but that tissue is still loose, and even the muscles are loose. Muscles are like there is diverification of recti, so they're a bit apart, and the rectus sheet is loose. And sometimes when we cut open, like it just stretches out so fast, and all of that. So there is that muscular component which needs to be tightened, and surgeons will directly like offer you surgeries to tighten that fascia, especially if there's herniation and stuff. I think I'm diverging. But you don't need surgery for that unless it's like real diverification of recti or there's a proper hernia. But the surgeons are known to, like, even for this much herniation they will try to fix it, so you don't need to put a mesh or anything around it. But you can try to build that with just exercising, which is my goal. Like at 50 kilos, I'm going to start exercising. There's going to be no weight loss effort. The focus is going to be like start increasing your protein and start exercising and start building up the tone of these muscles. So, that's where I am, right? My brain refusing to lose that sort of, it's like 52 is good enough, and it's refusing to move towards 51 or 50 kilos. So then I need to look into why is that happening. And then I looked into my sleep data. My Apple Watch will gather sleep data a lot. And I saw that I slept overall this whole week well, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, except for one day, which was like just 6 hours. But I had interrupted sleep many times because of my daughter. She wakes up once at least at night. She gets scared. And there was one time I slept with her and I slept through the night. And there was also one time when I slept through the night again. I think it was Friday or something. Like when you eat more carbohydrates again, you will sleep through the night. This is what I have seen in my. But then I'm still a bit confused. Like I don't really remember the correlation. So maybe this week I'm gonna look into that. I need to write it down somewhere. Like look into sleep. Let me just write it. So I'm going to look into sleep data. I'm going to try to make a correlation, like find out why do I get interrupted sleep. There is my daughter who wakes up, but there are times when she sleeps through the night, and I still will have interrupted sleep. So why does that happen? I need to check. It could be my cat. So I need to figure out solutions for that. Like the solution might just be like either sleep with daughter, cat doesn't come there, and I sleep through the night, or like spend time with husband and then go and sleep in a completely different room. But then again, daughter will come searching. So I'm thinking like maybe it's just sleeping with daughter might help me lose weight faster. Like spend some time with husband and then when it's time to go to bed, just go and sleep. I don't know. Let's see. Um, Apart from that, I did walk every day except for Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I don't remember. I think the weather was really bad. But my step count every day has been about 11K steps. And one day it was 14K. So um, that was working. Like that something could have added up. We don't know. My nose was fine, absolutely fine, not blocked at all. I had some allergies, some runny nose in the morning when I go for walks, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, I'm clean as a whistle. I had ordered this mango sticky rice pudding, right? And it was really, really good. It was very good. I mean, it was not very sweet, and it was just perfectly sweet. But it was that sticky rice pudding, and I think they had put some sugar in the coconut milk. And mangoes are fine. I will have mangoes on and off. It doesn't cause me problem. But the rice was sweet, and it was white, and it was sticky, and there was sugar in it. So my brain was like, okay, enjoy while you can. And then I allowed myself to eat almost one third of it, and my daughter was eating some, and then I wanted to keep some in the fridge for next time. But then my husband didn't try it. So I was like, okay, you try it. And I just went to the washroom, or I went to do dishes or something. And I came back and I saw he ate it all. And I was like, I wanted it. I wanted to eat it next day. And he was like, ah, I did not know. And I barely ate anything. And it was my dish. And he finished it. So I was like a bit disappointed, but at the same time, it worked in my favor because then there was no leftover rice for the next day and I didn't eat it. And then that helped me lose weight. So that thing worked out in my favor. So anytime something bad happens, understand that it will work out. It is probably working out through that sort of discomfort. I also started to have egg from Monday with the nuts because I started noticing I was craving for nuts more because especially spicy peanut, it has that starchy coating, like flour-based coating on it. So I thought maybe it's that which is increasing my craving. So I added one egg in it. So I've been having egg Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think Sunday also, no, Monday, Tuesday, maybe Sunday also I had. So 4 days I had an egg with my lunch. It made me feel a little drowsy. I don't know why, because egg is just like protein and fat. So, and I make it in little oil. So I don't know why I was still drowsy, but it was not that bad. Dinner, as usual, I said I've been having fish or chicken with carrots, and I made this pav bhaji, which is basically a concoction of all the vegetables. Like I put it in a cooker. I put your onions, ginger, garlic, tomato, potato, peas, and capsicum and cauliflower. All these vegetables, and then there's a pav bhaji masala. You put that, and then you mix it, and then it's done, and then you mash it. So then I was just having it with onions, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I can just have it as is. So I was just having it with onions. The onion gave a good crunch. I got lots of flavors in my mouth. And I didn't have hummus this time. Last week I was having hummus with carrot, so that chickpeas would have more carbs and it will, of course, produce a lot of indigestion. But I didn't have that. I was having dark chocolate and some fruit. And I also, my husband got this very low carb coconut vadi, we call it, which is like a dessert, crunchy. It has cane sugar or coconut sugar or something in it. And it's very low carb. And I didn't want to have it, but then I've been having that every day, and it's really nice. So even when I'm having these sort of foods, which are like sort of sugar, sort of flour, I could lose some weight. I think it's purely because of me reducing the amount of carbohydrates, and that maybe the chickpea hummus was doing it. Um, and I've swapped it to like pav bhaji, which is like more vegetables. Now, what did not work last week? Yes, I lost weight, but there were emotional eating episodes. So on Wednesday last week, when I released, I don't know whether I told you about it. There was like something which I had discovered. My daughter had kept something, and there were some bugs, and I was just like freaking out with the bugs. So that horror, terror. I mean, there was no emotional eating there. In extreme emotions, there is no emotional eating. It's always in the in between emotions. So we are all okay. Nothing had gone wrong, but my brain, the way it is, it freaked out. Like if I had not managed my mind, I would have yelled at her badly. It would have emotionally traumatized her if I had not managed my mind. And and that's one of the reasons why I became a life coach was like I wanted to be a better role model for my daughter. I wanted to know the right thing to do as a parent because I wanted to have a child so badly. And Now I have it. I have her, right? And I don't want to traumatize her. That's like my biggest fear, that I'm going to say something or do something which is going to traumatize her and is going to like jeopardize her future. Even when I know that she can hire her own therapist, I can hire her therapist and all of that. But what I teach my clients, and because this is important, right? Like so many of us, the way we behave, the emotional eating started in childhood. Something happened there which made us the way we are. Now, if we keep on doing that to the next generation, they are going to have something similar, right? So, for me, I was like so aware that, I there is a boundary I have around myself that I never cross when it comes to her. So I never hit her. I never scream loudly at her. I never like keep on shouting at her. I don't do all those things. I'm like the most kindest mom ever, but at the same time, she will not agree because she still sees my expressions. She still sees when I'm upset. So even when I'm not using actions to demonstrate my anger and my upset, she will still pick up because as humans, we do that. So as adults, we need to remember this constantly, that we can handle our emotions. Kids don't know how to handle. When we were kids, we did not know how to handle our emotions. Nobody did that. So we just got traumatized and we figured out how to stay safe. And that's where these emotional parts came to rescue us. The rebel came in, the angry one came in to like show people that somebody's crossing your boundary, or the one who hides came in, the one who goes and self-soothes with food came in, right? So these parts were formed because of the trauma in our childhood. Now, I don't want to create that trauma to my childhood, to my child, because she doesn't know. Like she will also form these parts, but at least I don't want to be the perpetuator of trauma. So just because I'm scared, right? So I had to like sit with that discomfort while she is crying because she's just witnessing what I'm going through, and I landed up eating a croissant, peanut butter, jelly, jam, and tea. And I had that and I felt slightly comforted. So, this is what emotional eating is. Like if I had judged myself for eating that peanut butter jelly sandwich and not understood that what I was going through emotionally, like for my husband, he's like, what's the big deal? Like it's just a box, right? What's the big deal? But in my mind, I have like a completely different story happening. Like I'm petrified of insects. So nobody's going to understand that. And the only thing which actually came and helped me out was my food. And it helped me. But so I'm not going to like shame my food for that. And I don't want you to shame your food. But at the same time, I do know that if I keep eating this food again and again, I'm going to get sicker, the kind of food I'm eating, right? So we have to balance it out. Respecting these foods for what they do to us emotionally. Not This is not for everyone, this is only for emotional eaters. Respecting the food, and at the same time understanding what went through emotionally for us, mentally for us, and like showing like, okay, the child in me got scared, right? So scared. Can we be an adult to that child? Can we be an adult compassionate mom to that child? So that was something which didn't work, but then I could find sort of a success story in it. So apart from that, I ate healthy on protocol most days except Friday night, Saturday lunch, and I snacked a little on Sunday. So Friday night, I had ordered dynamite prawns and some leftover tandoori chicken from Thursday, and that mango sticky rice pudding. And I had Diet Coke. No, sorry, not Diet Coke, Coke, normal Coke and vodka, uh, and a fortune cookie. So that was like more of refined sugars. Apart from that, all of these foods, like I don't know which one specifically, caused me tummy pain next day. Like it was like a sharp tummy pain next day. It was like hurting me. I couldn't, like, just the moment I had my coffee, it started hurting me. And It could be the prawns, the dynamite prawns, or it could be the prawn crackers, which was also what I had. Or it could be the mango pudding. I don't know. I had the prawn crackers later on. I didn't get that tummy pain, so it might be the prawns or the mango pudding. But in the past, whenever I would get such a tummy pain, I have a very low pain threshold, so I'll just go and take a painkiller. I was like, no, I can't deal with this pain. I'll go and take a painkiller, I'll take an antacid. I did not take any painkiller or I didn't take any antacid. I told myself, your body knows how to heal, and this pain is going to reduce with time. And that was it. It did not come in the next cup of coffee or tea. It just disappeared. I didn't get any more pain and no acidity. And it's shocking. I used to pop so much antacids before. I used to like pop painkillers before because I used to be in so much pain. The sleep deprivation, the life that I had as a doctor was just like unbearable. I don't have antacids in my house. For months, I have expired ones that also I have not taken. Sometimes I would just take expired ones and see if it works. I don't need any of that. I think that's why I stopped taking antacid because they were expired. I was like, anyway, it's not gonna work. So you might as well just sit with it. And when I sit with the pain for like 3, 4 hours, it just goes. It doesn't like escalate. I have to just tell myself that my body knows how to heal and it heals. Magical. So that is a huge win. And I mean, if you are someone who takes a lot of antacids or painkillers, there is a lot of emotional pain you have, and we can fix it. On Saturday, we went to this Indian place, Gazebo, and we had masala papad, and then we had some roti, butter roti, and some chicken, and some chicken kebab, and some biryani, and they gave chocolate, their in-house chocolate. Later on, I had some Maggie, which I made for my daughter a little bit. The good news was that I ate it all very mindfully because I know so much carbs in a restaurant, it just makes me so drowsy and I have to go for grocery shopping afterwards. So I ate very mindfully, but I was drowsy and it was very painful. I really wanted to be like, can we just go home? I don't want to go. I am so sleepy. I want to sleep. I was so drowsy after the rice, and I didn't eat too much of it, but even little bit because I'm not used to eating all that, right? So little bit also it makes me very drowsy. And but we went for the grocery shopping, and the drowsiness disappeared because when you use the muscles, all that extra glucose gets pushed into the muscles. And I think there is a lesson for me again here that body knows how to heal. And at the same time, drowsiness means high sugar, but at the same time, it's okay. Like your body will utilize that sugar somehow or the other. And like it's not something bad if you feel drowsy because I'm reaching my goal weight, right? And I do want to start having carbs in my meals. That means I am going to experience a little drowsiness. So I have to like strategically place my carbs. And I'm going to continue doing this podcast, even in my maintenance, so that I can share these things, like how I'm actually doing it. On Sunday, I had some leftover prawn crackers and some biscuits. Again, another emotional food. And this is probably because I had a conversation with a very my childhood friend after many years. And it just brought back so many childhood memories of like, how things were for me and like all the emotions. It just came up and I still was like doing whatever was planned. But then I was supposed to see a movie with my daughter. I saw this movie, Little Rascals, with my kid. And that movie is for her. Like, I think those kids in that movie are younger than my daughter and still extremely inappropriate movie. I mean, we saw those movies and we were like, oh, this is how life should be. And right now it's like so inappropriate, fully patriarchal. And I was so uncomfortable watching that movie, but I wanted to see her response. She was loving it. She's not someone who enjoys watching movies. She has that sort of ADHD brain because of this YouTube and all that. They're just like, so I have to like force and make her watch a movie. And I could see her response that she was enjoying it. But I was in so much pain that I was like, I need to work. I shouldn't be watching a movie. There's so much to be done and blah, blah, blah. And there is like a lot of work. Like I need to figure out to disconnect work from work on weekends because as a doctor, As someone who was training to be a doctor, I had to constantly keep studying. We never had weekends. Like, I think only on um, in our first year of medical college, we had weekends and summer vacations. But from second year, we were constantly having rotations. Like, we were always placed somewhere. So the healthcare system is like you're constantly working. Weekends, nights, you're constantly working. So for me, I have constantly worked 25 years. So it's really hard for my brain to like not work on those 2 days. So I really have to do that work for myself. So, what are my lessons that I learned from all this? Number one, emotional eating really uncovers a lot of deep trauma. And I appreciate my food, which helps me feel better when I'm in real pain, when I can't talk to anyone, when no one will comfort me, no one can help me. Food is something which helps me. I really appreciate my food or just food to comfort me. I feel good with it. So I respect that. Apart from that, emotional eating might also be after high carb foods like refined carbohydrates. And I don't want to beat myself up for being emotionally weak to not manage my urges around cravings, which happen after refined carbohydrates, as that's just my brain seeking for that glucose and that dopamine fix. My brain is like that, and I need to make peace with it. I so the bottom line when it comes to emotional eating is that you have an option to never judge yourself as an adult. It's like just don't because you know how to thrive. It's not like the brain is going to shut down with all the memories. It's not. But when you intentionally look at it, like the moment you see feel bad, like just check, are you judging yourself? Like I are you having thoughts like I shouldn't be doing this. I couldn't be doing this. I should be doing this. I should not be doing this. Like if that is happening, stop it. And it's a big practice. We don't do it on our own, so you will need emotional support for that if you do that a lot. Mindful eating can really ensure that you don't overeat. This is one excellent tool, mindful eating. And this is what happened on Friday. Like I didn't overeat. That's why I have not gained weight. Like even when I was having carbohydrates, but because I was mindfully eating slowly, enjoying the taste of everything, I was okay. So, mindful eating is actually the key. So many people make a living out of it, just like teaching people how to mindfully eat. Also, next time, whenever I feel drowsy after eating some refined carbs, like I have to train my brain, like, okay, drowsiness when sugar has increased, nothing has gone wrong. You can always sleep at night, but just go and move a little. That's how your body is right now at this stage of your life. And all you have to do is just walk. And it can just be like some muscular movement. You can just do this sort of exercise when you start feeling drowsy, and the muscles will start moving and you'll start feeling energized. Also, work only on weekdays. So, whatever work you want to do, finish it on weekdays. Weekends, no working. In fact, I think I'm going to start planning some fun activities, not fun, but like some non work activities on weekends and enjoy that. So, what am I going to do next time? So I already got Diet Coke in the house. So if I need to drink it with vodka, it's not a problem. That problem is solved. I'll have it with vodka. 30 ml. I'll measure it, hopefully. Also, avoid Indian places on weekends because most of them are like there is roti and there is rice. I will go for it. But if I can avoid it, that would be great. That's a lesson I have to remember. Because I make Indian food, right? I don't eat all those things, but if I go in a restaurant, I'm going to go for it. So avoid that next week. Remember the drowsiness before grocery shopping. Remember to eat less or order less. This is very important, especially on Saturdays. So I'll have to be very thoughtful around what am I going to eat, which is not going to make drowsy. I'll have to remember that. Keep any leftover food inside cupboards. I'd kept the prawn crackers outside, and that's where my brain went to on a Sunday when I was like uncomfortable. Cookies were inside, but then I was like, if I'm having prawn crackers, I might as well have some cookies. Anyway, so keep it all inside. Um, Not plan any work on weekends. Plan fun stuff for weekends, as I said before. Remember Friday nights to order some protein, good fat, and vegetables. And this is going to be hard, but I'm going to work on it. Like if I plan every morning in my food journal, I will remember. I did enter in my food journal, I think 6 out of 7 days. So that was like definitely helpful. That was another thing which led to um, my 500-gram weight loss because I was revising my plan. Saturday lunch, similar protein, good fats, and proteins. And also, I can have vodka on Friday nights. It's fine. The dessert needs to be fruity, but not no dairy. I don't want block nose. Period. I'm just done. Life is so much better with when I can breathe. Um, Sunday, I wanted to go. I will watch a movie with my daughter at home, and I will not snack on biscuits, but I can have nuts with my tea and coffee. I am going to look into sleep and find out what is actually interrupting my sleep. So that's something which I'm going to assess. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this plan every morning if possible. I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper and look at this plan every day so that I remember. Now, there are some upcoming obstacles I have. Number one, I'm thinking of inviting some friends over, but I fear I will overeat and overdrink. And so I'll have to plan for it and prepare myself, and things will be much better instead of just like planning it, like unconsciously doing it out of just fun and excitement, like my over delivering host personality. Because house parties means a lot of chips and lots of drinks, so I have to look into it. Now, if the party does not happen, then it's my usual weekend. So, we are okay. Where am I? I already covered few of the things. Yeah. Okay. So, if you're someone who wants to do this work the way I'm teaching, wants to lose the weight using my weight loss process while understanding your inner self, please get in touch with me. Let's meet on a chat and check if coaching is a right fit for you when you're trying to get to your goals, if it fits your personality. If not, then I will see you next week. Let's see what happens. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye.